because I learned it recently. I need to say this. Deep understanding can be misconstrued for misunderstanding. And why am I saying this? Because I recognize that a little bit late, and it comes from like second guessing yourself or second guessing your own opinion, which is not good. You should definitely value your own opinion over others, because it may not be more lofty than the other people's opinions, but your opinion is for your life. Everyone leads different lives. When it comes to like objective truths for massive amounts of people, that's different. Obviously, you can't just be like your truth, my truth. You have to have a universal truth. But when it comes to like smaller decisions in your own life, you have to have value over your own opinion versus others. Value for your own opinion over other people's opinion to just a high extent, because you need to follow your course. And sometimes you only have the insights. You're the only person with the insights to be able to follow your course in life, because you have the internal guidance and feelings. You have the gut feelings. You can't transfer gut feeling to another person's gut feeling. Like, that's not how it works. But gut feeling is still important. People have to really value their opinion. And sometimes, and this goes into like my next topic of validation, but I think you have a really deep understanding of any situation, of an argument, of a political stance, of your food. Yeah, I asked one of my friends to put salt in my food and it came out too salty. Like, no shade. It's just that sometimes following your own guidance is better for your own life rather than trying to always seek opinions. Seeking advice is important, but you still have to understand your own self and agree with your own self and follow your own self a lot. And when you do that, you'll end up being alone in your opinion sometimes. And because of that, you can think that there's a misunderstanding between you and another person, but really it's just you having a really deep understanding, and only you really understand what you understand. Only you really know about what you know about. Like, sometimes it's just certain knowledge is just for you to move in your life. It's not something that has to be objectively put out there. That needs to be talked about. Also, moving into like validation and support. It's important to have your own sense of validation without other people's approval, because like growing up, your parents used to be like, oh, if everyone else goes to jump off a cliff, are you going to jump with them? Because like as a kid, we always say things like, my friends are going, so why can't I go? My friends do it, so why can't I do it? And like naturally our parents would be like, if your friends were jumping off a cliff, so like grim. Our parents used to say that, if your friends are jumping off a cliff, would you jump off with them? And we'd be like, no. It kind of comes from that. You can see the masses doing something, but it doesn't mean that it's good. Sometimes having support for validation for your opinion or your outlook or your perspective isn't good, because that support is pushing you to do something that isn't really good. Internal validation is really, really, really important to develop so that you can decipher what is something that is actually good and aligned with your values versus is it not. Yeah, those are a few thoughts that I just recently had. My battery is literally gonna be out in like any second. Terrible. Why? Yeah. My heart feels super directional recently. It's kind of weird. I feel like so clear in my heart of where to go and what to do and where not to go and what not to do. It doesn't feel like gut feeling. It feels like heart feeling. I don't know. I'm not such an emotional person, so I'm slowly developing like a lot of feelings and like being deeper in my emotions. I'm just actually being normal, but for me it's like extreme, because I either have peace, have indignance, or have joy. Those are like my main feelings in life. So it's rare that I'll feel like sadness, confusion. Those feelings don't happen to me a lot in my life, but I'm feeling a lot of other emotions that I have not felt before in my life. I'm kind of feeling in awe, but also at the same time I'm very directional. I'm very clear on what I'm feeling, even though I have not felt the feelings before. It's really interesting. I think my battery is literally on 6%. This video is to test out the sound to see whether it's good enough for me to film. Okay, of course, eating Indian food once again literally is the best food on the planet. Indian food is like the best food on the planet. I wanted to talk to you guys about why I'm no longer a girl's girl, because in my last video I told you a story time is coming up. I have to tell you about why I'm not a girl's girl. This is not really why I'm not a girl's girl. It's just a little story that made me think twice about being in that mindset or that perspective, because girls have done me wrong in my life a lot. Too much for me to be one-sided or biased about women. Oh, it fell. Because girls have done a lot of harm to me in my life, and it's like too much for me to just be like completely biased. I just take caution with women, because I like having female friends. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have like just a female only friend group, but I do find it like consistently showing up in my life that women have come for me and have really left me with some scars to have to heal from. So I'm just like, no, Fran, no. Let me tell you what happened. I was in Egypt and I was with my girlfriends, a girl group that I used to hang out with. There was like all 4 of us, and we went to a place in Egypt called Sahel. A lot of my stories do take place in Egypt and in Riyadh because like that was where all of my youth, my 18 to early 20s was. I had a lot of crazy experiences and I lived on my own. So girls trip to Sahel, which is the north coast of Egypt, and you can see the Red Sea there. It's beautiful, it's amazing, a really nice like resort spot, and I went with my friends and it was a lot of fun. It was fun. Some parts were fun and other parts were just annoying. We were staying at a friend's house and we didn't like some of the stuff that was going on, and myself and my other friend Sundus, we were just like, no, we need to get out of this place. And we literally went to the guard who was guarding like the resort area because the beach closes at a certain time, and we really wanted to just sit outside by the beach. And the guard came up to us when we were like chilling at the beach, and he was just like, it's closed, like you guys need to leave. And my friend just looked at him, she was like, wallahi, we just want space from the Nagasa, like she was like, we just want space from the filth. SubhanAllah, like the guy really understood us and was like, you know what, it's okay, just chill out here, but try and get back soon because it's closed and no one's supposed to be out here. And we were like, bet. So we stayed out. It was the most beautiful thing. Imagine the north coast, the Red Sea in Egypt, and you're on white sands, just pure water, and there's a pure pitch black night sky with stars. It was an incredible moment of my life, just lying on that beach. SubhanAllah, the earth is truly a garden. That was like one of the good memories. That trip slowly turned from great to not so great. One of my friends, we were going home and one of the girls was pissed off. We had a big like trouble trying to get home. There was just like no means in terms of vehicles to take us home. There was like no Lyft, no Kareem, there Facebook rides that you can hitch with other people. It was just hard to get back to Cairo. We finally found a way back to Cairo. Stopped at one of my friends' places, like a neighboring city. Finally, we get home around midnight, 1 a.m. I mean, we reached Cairo. Only one of the girls who's with me from the whole trip. She and her fiance were just like going through it, and she was really pissed. I'm in a foreign country. I don't speak the language. I'm a foreigner in my early 20s, so I'm a bit vulnerable. Whereas my friend speaks Arabic. She's from the country. Her whole family lives there. Like, she's familiar with it. Certain places, when you're clearly a foreigner, it makes you a target. In a objective sense, yeah, somewhat I am vulnerable, right? And she's on the phone with her fiance arguing, and she gets super pissed off and just leaves the car. The worst situation to leave one of your female friends in. This is just a random guy that I'm in the car with. I don't even know, was he a Kareem or what? The fact of the matter is, it's really late at night. Your friend is in a foreign country. She's younger than you. She's a girl. She doesn't speak the language, and she's in a car with a random dude. I would not have got up and left my friend. She just left. Didn't say a word. She like stopped us on the side of the road and went home. I wish I remembered more, because I feel like now that I'm in my later 20s, closer to 30, I might have a different perspective. It's almost like that MDR or EMDR or something like that. The kind of therapy you do when you're able to like recall a situation when you're a more mature person, it helps you get through the situation. I ended up calling one of my guy friends who actually showed up for me, and he dropped me and everything was cool. But it's like, if I'm a girl's girl, I should expect the girls to be there. You know that scene in Friends where the characters are like, I'm gonna be okay, I got my girls. Can't say that. I couldn't say that. It's so sad. Yeah, anyway, that's my little story. I didn't finish my food and head to bed because it is late. Toodaloo. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll return to Girls Land.